economic collapse, political and geopolitical news. Now, the deep state, the corrupt politicians, fake news, big tech, the puppet masters, they are panicking like we've never seen before. Remember, everything that you're witnessing, everything that they're doing right now, where they're throwing everything they possibly can at Trump, they're doing it on purpose because they know that he just didn't walk away. They know that there's another plan. This is what they've been trying to get at. That's why they want his executive privilege documents. They're trying to figure out what he has done, what he put into place. And remember, going back to March 2020, he let the entire world know that the United States was attacked with a biological weapon. It was worse than 9/11, worse than Pearl Harbor. And since the United States was attacked, Trump is what? A wartime president. Since he's a wartime president, do you think the military knows and understands exactly what happened? Of course they do. So we are in wartime right now. And Trump, along with the military, set up certain things. Do you think there were certain countermeasures in place? Do you think they trapped these individuals to make sure that, yes, these people, they attacked us with a biological weapon, then they went ahead and they tried to have regime change, because that's exactly what it was. It was regime change, because if you commit and you this is not just about, I just on my test. You committed treason. You're an enemy combatant. Because why? You worked with foreign nations to do this, and they succeeded. They succeeded in doing this. Now, Trump and the Patriots, the military, they were monitoring all of this. So this is not about, this is about destroying their sick, corrupt system. And the only way to destroy their sick, corrupt system is to expose their sick, corrupt system, to catch them in the act, to show the people the truth. This is why we have many different investigations going on all at once. This is not just about, let's just show up. No, Trump, the Patriots, they're going to show the people almost everything. And people, it really was. And once people start to realize this, people are going to start to understand, wow, these people were working with other governments. They're treasonous to the United States. They overthrew a government. They also committed treason in other ways. While Trump was in the White House, they also committed crimes against humanity. I mean, this is just not going to stop. And Trump, he's building this up so people understand who is responsible. You have to remember, most of the people who are just living their lives, they haven't really heard much of anything. Yes, lately they have. And why is that? Because Trump put the resident in the White House. He wanted to show the people exactly who they are, and what they plan to do, how they lie, how they don't keep promises, and how they don't benefit the people. You see, people, by seeing all of this, they believe it. If Trump just came out and told you this, people go, no, that's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now. But now people can see this firsthand, especially with they've been lying the entire time. Actually, Trump is calling them out. You think this was planned? And you also knew that the deep state players, they wanted everyone. If you knew all of this, can you show the people the truth? Can you have the deep state players, which you laid out, where they're going to test and test and test with a test that never really worked? Because they admitted it doesn't work. They're still using the test, and people are questioning this. This is why their narrative is all over the place. It doesn't even make sense anymore to people. Remember, I do believe Trump, the Patriots, as we move forward, two important things need to happen. I do believe that needs to disappear, and I do believe the bullhorn needs to be removed from the deep state players. I do believe we're experiencing both of these at the same time. Now remember, the deep state players, they know that Trump, the military, they have something planned. They don't know exactly what it is. They have some idea, but they don't know the specifics of the plan. They're trying to figure it out. Why? Because they're all enemy combatants. They know what happens when everything comes down around them. They're going to be tried as criminals, as enemy combatants, not in a civilian court, but in a military court. And this is why in Guantanamo Bay, during Trump's presidency, what did they start to do? They started to build war courts. Now, If the resident is truly in control, why hasn't he stopped this? Remember, he wants to close it down. Obama wanted to close it down. Why haven't they closed it? Who's really in control? I do believe Trump and the Patriots are. We'll be talking a lot more about this a little bit later. But first, you could see the deep state players, the fake news, they're pulling out all the stops now. Remember, they're going to use smear campaigns. They're going to censor people. They're going to use every piece of ammunition they can to smear those people that are telling the truth. We can see it already. Look at Ted Cruz. This is coming out of the Dallas Observer. And this has some type of family problem or something like that. It's amazing what they'll do. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene, her private account, not her official account for the U.S. House of Representatives, but her private account, it was suspended. Why? So now her private account has been censored. And remember, we're going to see a lot more of this. Actually, Dr. Malone, the inventor of the mRNA, his account was shut down. And as time goes on, they're going to be shutting down more and more people's accounts. Why? Because they have to control the flow of information. But in the end, we know that this is all going to fail. Just like with the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Everything that they tried to do, keep it hidden, make sure people don't know, she was found guilty. Now she's going to be sentenced. This is just the beginning because one leads to another, to another, to another. Now, what's very interesting, it seems that Prince Andrew, he's a little bit worried right now because they're going to be releasing Epstein's deal with Prince Andrew. And he's been in meetings trying to figure out what are we going to do about this. We know that there's something with Prince Andrew. We know from the pictures, we know from everything that's been going on. And we see that something is about to be released and the world around him is going to come crashing down. Remember, this black book, everything that they've been doing for a very long time where they've been blackmailing people, this is all eventually going to come out. Yes, people in Hollywood, politicians, royals, people in the fake news, CEOs, we're going to see a lot of information come out and the whole thing is going to crash down around them. But remember, timing is very important. And what's very interesting, this is coming out of the Independent in the UK. It says, Ghislaine Maxwell's Little Black Book under FBI review, says report. Now, we know the FBI is like the SS. But something in this article is very interesting. It says, the source further told the publication that FBI Director Christopher Wray has vowed that those who committed a crime with Epstein and Maxwell will not escape justice under his watch. Now, I'm thinking back to some of the Q posts where it says, trust Wray. Wray a sleeper. I wonder if this is going to be brought out into the open at the right moment, because it's very interesting, the timing of all of this. I mean, think about it. We have Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted. She's going to be sentenced. We have Durham unsealing indictments. And now we have this source that says Wray has vowed that those who committed a crime with Epstein and Maxwell will not escape justice under his watch. And we know from the Q post, trust Wray, is Wray a sleeper? Now, it's very interesting that all these pieces are coming together all at the same time. But we'll have to see how this all plays out. I do believe that timing is everything. Now, down at the border, we know that Trump and the Patriots, they wanted everyone to see exactly the plan of the deep state players. And the only way to show the American people exactly what's going on is to show them it all. And this is what people have been witnessing. They've been seeing how the Biden administration is just allowing the illegals to Kenya. Now, the Gateway pundit, they looked into this and they said, hey, they are hiding these flights from the public by moving the illegals in the middle of the night. Their flight on Thursday was World Atlantic Flight WAL 695. The flight departed from El Paso shortly after midnight after the illegal immigrants were boarded in the back of the plane. The flight flew directly to Allentown, Pennsylvania. And they saw the call numbers on the outside of the plane. They matched it up and they figured it out. But now the people of this country, they can see all of this. They can see the true agenda. And remember, what is the true agenda? The true agenda is to blend each and every country. Remember, their entire plan is to remove the identity of every single country of the people, each and every country from within. When you look at the number of illegals that have come to this country, you can see their plan. You can see exactly what they're trying to do. So the analysis published in 2018 by the Center for Immigration Studies states that close to 400,000 anchor babies, the term used to describe the U.S.-born children of illegal aliens, are delivered across all 50 states each year. Now, anchor babies, they're rewarded with birthright American citizenship, despite their parents having no legitimate ties to the U.S., many having only recently arrived. Years later, when the child is considered an adult, they can sponsor their parents and foreign relatives for green cards, anchoring their family in the U.S. for generations. Today, there are at least 4.5 million anchor babies in the U.S. under 18. The annual roughly 4 million American babies born every year and costing American taxpayers about $2.4 billion every year to subsidize hospital costs. This is how the deep state players are doing it. They've been doing this for years. And this is why they brought in the 1619 Project. This is why they're removing the statues, because they thought they'd be able to rewrite history. They thought they would be able to change everything. But it's not going well for them. Yes, they might have the people in here, but the people now, they have woken up to this. They understand what's going on, because without showing the people, without people understanding what's really going on here, you can't change things. Because if you just tell them, people don't believe it. But if you show them, people then start believing it, and they say, you know something? We don't want this. And this is exactly what's happening. That's with pretty much everything that's going on right now. And this is why Trump is continually putting out statements. Actually, he's putting out year-in-review statements, letting everyone know, look at the things that the resident has done. Do you like this? And the people, they're rejecting all of it. Let me just read the one that he put out on December 30th. This is year in review, Joe Biden's devastating foreign policy failures. It says weakness, humiliation, and putting America last. After 4 years of unprecedented foreign policy success under Trump that restored American strength, leadership, and the safety, Joe Biden has embarrassed our country, endangered our citizens, emboldened our enemies, and surrendered to our adversaries over and over and over. Under President Trump, there was peace, calm, and stability in the world because people respected America, and they knew that he had no fear about defending America's interests. No one respects Joe Biden, and the world is a much more dangerous place as a result. Biden's year of mortifying failures. Biden's Afghanistan surrender was the worst foreign policy humiliation in American history. Shameful weakness on China, no accountability on Biden team openly mocked and insulted by Chinese diplomats. Begging and pleading Iran for nuclear deal with regime laughs racing toward nukes. Backstabbing and insulting Israel after Biden put our Israeli friends in mortal danger. Russia now engaging in increasingly aggressive behavior, including massive troops on the Ukraine border because they do not fear or respect Biden. Bitter betrayals of American closest allies draw stinging rebukes from abroad. And it goes on and on and on, letting everyone know how bad the resident is. This is all being done on purpose because people have to see this. People have to understand what's really going on here. It's the same thing with the pandemic. People are starting to learn the truth. Think about all the lockdowns going back to March 2020. The lockdowns and everything else. Have they helped? No, it's about the Great Reset. It's about what they're trying to do here. They're trying to depopulate, keep people sick, depopulate over a very long time, control the people, remove their rights, bring us into the Great Reset. But again, it's not working. People are starting to wake up. People are starting to realize what's going on. This is why they're panicking right now. And Trump, he's continually building the offensive. He's not stopping. Right now, he put out two statements, one for Mike Dunleavy of Alaska to replace Lisa Murkowski, and the other one, he's endorsing Sid Miller. Commissioner Sid Miller is a terrific agricultural commissioner for the great state of Texas, a farmer and champion rodeo rider. And he's pointing out, listen, these are the people that we need in there because they're going to work for the people. Wow, he was pretty much straight on right there. Now, what's very interesting is that Trump, he's going to be holding a rally come this January 15th.